Good morning, children. In our previous class, we have read the first chapter, half of the first chapter. Then the chapter's name is Meeting Suzanne. And today I am going to finish the next half of the chapter. But before doing that, I want to give you a brief summary of what we have read till now. Okay. A young boy named Yannick gets a chance to go and spend time with his uncle's family. Yannick soon begins to enjoy his stay, occasionally helping his uncle run the village inn. One day there was a noise in the inn. His cousin Amandine mentioned to Yannick about a famous man who was going to visit the inn and had to be treated well. Yannick knows only that the client to be entertained that evening, but he does not know the identity of the person. However, he was happy the man was pleased with the dessert he made. He made a creme brulee. After the man and all the guests left, Yannick had crushed and thrown into the fire the tablecloth used for special clients, without realizing that it had a sketch from the customer, a famous artist, who drew on the tablecloth as a tip if he liked the food. Amandine shouted at Yannick for throwing the tablecloth into the fire. Meanwhile, Uncle Bruno came in to see what happened. He told Amandine that Yannick did not know he was wrong in tossing the tablecloth into the fire. She had not told him about the artist's way of sketching on the tablecloth to show his approval for their service. Amandine accepted her mistake and apologized to Yannick. So children, till now we have read what we have read. I told you in a short summary, and now we will read the next half of the chapter. So children, we will start from the 15th para, and before starting you all must take a pencil in your hands and let's start reading. I am sorry, I said. I didn't mean to upset you. She said she had stopped crying by now. It wasn't your fault, Yannick, she said, still sniffling a bit. It is just that I hate it when Papa's cross with me. Cross here means angry. Papa's cross with me. He hardly ever is. Only when I have done something really bad. I shouldn't have blamed you. I am sorry. Then she smiled at me. I lay awake all night, my mind racing. Somehow I was going to make it all right again and make Amandine happy. Soon I had worked out exactly what and how to do it, even what I was going to say when the time came. Next morning, I didn't go for my walk in the hills, but made my way down through the village towards the chateau. I waited till there was no one about. I climbed the gates easily enough and then ran down through the trees. There, surrounded by the vast and threatening forest on all sides, was the old man with a very little hair who had come to the inn. He was sitting alone on the steps in the sunshine and sketching. I approached as silently as I could, but somehow I must have disturbed him. He looked up, shading his eyes against the sun. Hello, young man, he said. Now that I was this close to him, I could see he was indeed very old, but his eyes were young, bright and searching. Are you Moshier Suzanne, the famous painter? I asked. He seemed a little puzzled, so I went on. My mother says you are the greatest painter in the world. He smiled and then laughed. I think your mother's probably right, he said. You clearly have a wise mother, but why did she let a young lad like you come wandering here on his own? I explained why I did come and what I wanted. He looked at me with frowned brows. Frowned brows means wrinkled brows. Okay. And said, I remember you now from last night. Of course, I will draw another picture for Bruno. What would he like? No, better still, what would you like? I like sailing boats, I said. Can you do boats? I will try, he replied with a smile. It didn't take him long. He drew fast, never once looking upon. But as he worked, he asked me about where I had seen sailing boats, about where I lived in Paris. He said he loved Paris and sailing boats too. There, he said, tearing the sheet from his sketchbook and showing me. What do you think? Four sailing boats were racing over the sea out and beyond a lighthouse, just as I had seen them in Brittany. Brittany is a coastal town in northwest West France. Okay, but I saw he signed it Picasso. I thought your name was Cézanne, I said. He smiled up at me. How I wish it was, he said sadly. Then he added, off you go now. So, children, here we complete our lesson, chapter. From chapter 15, what we have read, I will give you a small explanation or summary about it. Now, Yannick wanted to make amends for upsetting his cousin Amandine, so he decided to meet the famous painter whose sketched tablecloth he had thrown into the fire. He wanted to get a new painting from him and gift it to Amandine. The next morning, he travelled through the village and thick forest and finally met the old man who had come to the inn. He explained the purpose of his visit. The man readily agreed to his request and painted sailing boats for Yannick and signed it as Picasso. This came as a surprise to Yannick, as he said all the while, believed that he was Mr. Cézanne, the famous painter. From the story, it shows that Picasso's humility and sense of the self-worth is not being upset with the child interacting with him as he was Cézanne. Now there are some learning outcomes of this chapter. I will tell you that. Learning outcomes from this chapter are: we should appreciate the innocence of the child speaker, examine the goodness in each of the characters. We can identify the artist as a great man. Also, we can note the talent of a great artist. So, children, this was all about your chapter Meeting Cézanne. Now, children, you see here on the left side of the pages we have read, there are words and the meanings written. You all have to learn those word meanings. Okay, you can see on every page left side there are some words and the meanings. You have to learn them. Okay.